Good day to you. This is teacher Leland, Alejandro, and we're going to continue our transformation. And this time we'll be doing the composition of transformation. So this will include translation, reflection, and rotation, a combination. Okay, so this is called composition. Now we shall proceed using the examples, and we shall proceed to the other screen. And we will have to write the first problem at the upper left. So this is the given problem. So this is for the first number. So let me just place the number 1 there. Okay, and let me extend a little bit so that we will have to see everything horizontally. Okay, so we have 3 points here. Point A, 0, 0, point B, 6, 1, and point C. That's 5, 5. So it looks like a triangle. All right, so we can actually write, okay, we can actually write these points and have the drawing for this. All right, so let us put the initial drawing. Okay, so 0, 0 is right here. There. And then we have the 6, 1, so that should be somewhere here. Then we have the 5, 5, so that must be up here. There. And so we can draw this figure right away there. And this is our pre-image, okay? Pre-image. All right, we can change this in initial, say dark. All right, so we can make it dark. Okay. So let me just make it darker. We can use dark colored pre-image. So starting with the origin, and then 6, 1, and then 5, 5. So that must be over here. Yeah. Okay. And then we can proceed with the drawing. Let me use a straight line. Okay, there's the first side. Here's the second side. And the third side there. Okay, we can do a little adjustment. So it's a little adjusted over there. Okay, and that's it. This is our figure. This is the pre-image using the given 0, 0, 6, 1, and 5, 5. Now, let's proceed with the solution. Okay, our solution here, we will be having our solution from right to left. So as you can see from the problem, you can see their rotation and then going to the next left operation, that's reflection about the x-axis, followed by translation, 4, comma, -1. 4 is for the x, and the -1 is for the y. That means x plus 4 and y minus 1. And we will do that when we reach translation. Then after which, the last operation is rotation again. All right, so we can actually start with the first, okay. So over here, all right, and that is rotation. All right, so we will get the points first. Let's start with A, and then this is 0, 0. And there's a rule here, okay? So before anything else, let's get the rule first. All right, so this is x and y, okay? And then this will be the rule. All right, for rotation, we don't usually, and if it's about the origin and 180 degrees out of phase, then we don't really change or interchange the x and y. We will just reverse the signs. So this will be -x and -y, like that, okay? And so we start with the point A. This is from the pre-image 0, 0. And then this will become A prime. And even if you negate 0, 0, it will remain 0, 0, like that. Okay. So that goes for the first point A. And then our next point B, which is at 6, 1. And we will have the next set of points will be B prime. Okay. For the first transformation rotation. And that 6, 1 will just become negative 6 and negative 1 there. And then we proceed for the third point C, the given is 5, 5. That will just become negative 5 and negative 5 for the C prime. So this will be C prime, and this will become negative 5 and negative 5 there. Okay, so that will be for our first operation rotation. Now let's see the figure. Okay, let's see the figure for this. So we may change the color for the next set of points. Say we choose green. Let's choose the green, and let's have the points. Now for A prime, you still have it at 0, 0. There. We still have it at 0, 0. So let us change to green, and then 0, 0 is there. Okay. And now negative 6, negative 1, that should be over here, the third quadrant. And then negative 5 and negative 5, that should be somewhere here. There. Okay, then we shall connect this up. Let us use straight. Okay, we will have this one. Okay, and this. And of course, this one. Okay, all right. This is the first transformation. Okay, this is rotation about the origin 180 degrees. So it's 180 degrees out of phase. You can do a little cleaning of the point there. Let me return that side. Okay. Let me do a little adjustment. Okay, all right. Okay, so the first is rotation about the origin at 180 degrees. Next, we're going to do the reflection. Okay, reflection. So it will be somewhere here. All right, let us use dark again for our writings. And we shall put it here. So this time we're doing the Rx. Okay, so that's reflection about the x-axis. Now, if we reflect about the x-axis, there will be no change. There will be no change with x values. Okay, only the y values will change because it will. This green colored figure will be moving up. Okay, because it's about the x-axis. So the x-axis is the horizontal. Okay, so the expected output of this will be at the second quadrant. Now, if we do this, we shall have a rule for this one. Okay. And that'll be x, y. And the rule for reflection is that the only the y values will change and the x will be retained. Okay. And about the y-axis, that will be, no, the y values will be changing by just the sign. So negative y there. The reflection is about x-axis, but the y values will be the ones changing there. So this is the rule. From the original xy values, okay, the rule is x comma negative y, and that's it. We'll be able to compute for the next points. So we shall get the inputs now from the primes from here. So our set of points will be a prime, okay, a prime, there. There, okay. And this is 0, 0 again. And then we have x will remain x. Okay, and then y primes for the value y, which is a negative of the 0, that will remain 0 there. And we shall not forget the a double prime there. There, like that. So that goes to our transformation reflection. We will have the b prime, and this is coming from the previous. This is -6, -1, like this. And then we will now proceed to get the b double prime. Okay, the rule is the x will be retained, so that will still be -6. And only the y will change. So from -1, that will become a +1 there. Okay. After which, we proceed to the C points. Okay. The input now is the C prime. Coming from the previous, that's a -5, -5 there. And then the next will be a C double prime. Okay, that -5 and -5 will be changed because the y will change. Now the x will not, so this will be retained -5. And for the y values, it says here in the rule, from y, it will be -y. Okay, so that means from the -5 here, this time we will have a +5 there, like that. And we're done with the reflection transformation. We shall try to see the output for this. All right, so we shall use a different color. All right, let's use a different color. Shall we say we use blue? Let's use a blue. All right, this one. Okay, and we shall first put the points. Okay, let's put the points here. All right, 0, 0 will still be 0, 0. Okay, I think my color did that. Okay, so this will now be the point. Okay, that's the blue. And then this time we will have the b double prime -6, 1. Okay, -6, 1 must be at the second quadrant over there. And then -5, 5 is also at the second quadrant. -5, 5. And so that will be over here. And so you can see the 3 blue points. We shall now connect it there. And then over here. And then over there. Okay. That will be for our second. Okay. That's the reflection output. So we're now doing the next. Okay. Let's go back to our dark color there. Okay. All right. Set it to black. There. Okay, we're now doing the next. All right, and we're done with the rotation 180, reflection about the x-axis. We're now doing the translation 4, -1. Okay. All right, so we're going to do it this way. What is the formula first? So we will have to start with the rule. Okay. So let's have the rule here. We have x, y, and we put the arrow. Okay, for translation, we're going to use the 4 and the -1 that you can see the letter T here. Okay, so that means x plus 4, comma, and then you have y minus 1. Okay, because of the -1 there. I hope you can see that small negative there. So this is y minus 1. So this is our rule for the next operation, which is the translation. Okay. Now let's go back to our data. Okay, let's have the data. All right. Now this time we're going to use these inputs, the double primes. Okay, the output from the previous will now be the input for translation. So we have here a double prime, and then we have here 0, 0 again, and then this will proceed to 0 plus 4. 0 plus 4, that means 4. And then you have 0 minus 1. Okay, so that means -1 there. Remember, our x will start from the double primes, And we have that 0, 0. And if we follow the rule, that means 0 plus 4. That's why we have a 4. And then this is y minus 1. That means 0 minus 1. So that's why we have a negative 1. All right, let's continue with the b double prime. Okay, and that will be coming from the previous. That's negative 6, 1 from the blue colored data. That's negative 6, 1, and then followed by the arrow. Okay, let me insert the next letters. This will be A. We're now having the triple primes there, okay? And so this will have to be B, and then we have triple prime there. All right, let's follow the rule. Negative 6 plus 4, okay? So just use your imagination or have a scratch paper, okay? Negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2 there. All right. And then we have 1. Okay. You can see the 1 here. 1 minus 1. Okay. That's a 0 there. I hope you were able to get that part. Okay. Because this is the rule here, x plus 4. Our x now is negative 6. Okay. That's a negative 6. So negative 6 plus 4, that should be a negative 2. Okay, and then we have the y minus 1 for the next computation. Okay, our y happens to be 1 over here. So imagine substituting the 1 here, 1 minus 1 gives us 0. Okay, all right. Okay, I hope you were able to get that part. Let's proceed to the next process coming from C double prime. The data there is from the point over here, negative 5, 5. And then we're going to map this to C triple prime. Okay, let's compute. Our rule is x plus 4. So that means negative 5 plus 4. That's a negative 1. And next is y. Our y is 5. So we will use this y minus 1 here. Y is 5. So 5 minus 1, that's 4. There. Okay, we're done with the translation. Okay, this is the translation. All right, so let's see the figure. Okay, we shall use another color for this. We shall choose another color. So let's proceed over here. Okay, what should be a good color for this one? How about a pink? How about a pink? Okay, there. Okay, and let's get the pink once more. Okay, all right. Let's have our output. Our A triple prime is 4, negative 1. So 4, negative 1 must be somewhere here at the fourth quadrant. And then B triple prime is negative 2, 0. Negative 2, 0. It must be at the x-axis, left side of the origin. There. And our third point, negative 1, 4. Negative 1, 4, the second quadrant must be over here. There. Okay, I hope you can see the pink points. All right, you can see the pink points. The 4, negative 1 is somewhere here. There. Okay. All right, we shall now connect this using straight lines. There's the first side. Here's the second side, and the closing side is over here. Okay, so this will be our result for our translation. Okay, okay, all right. And so we reached the fourth and final transformation, which is again rotation, and it will be over here. Okay, you can see it over here. There. Okay, so we started from here. Okay, let me just do a little adjustment there. We started here, and then reflection, and then translation. Now we're doing the last one. Okay, we're doing the last one. That's rotation about the origin, 270 degrees. Now, 270 degrees is the same as negative 90. Okay, that's negative 90. All right, so let us continue. We shall go back to our dark colored letters, and we shall continue here. Okay, here's the solution for the final transformation rotation about 270. Okay, let's have the rule there. Let's have the rule. Okay, so from here we shall have the rule x, y, and then the arrows. Okay, now in rotation about the origin at 270, that is the same as negative 90 or 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, and so if you interchange, the formula is actually this way. All right, we will have this like y and then x like that. That's the formula. And of course, the x column, okay, will be occupying the y column. All right, exchange. But you have to reverse the sign of the y column. There must be a negative there, like that. Okay, remember the formulas. Okay, so this is for 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, 90 degrees clockwise. So you interchange the x and y, and then you reverse the signs for the y position. So this is the rule for rotation 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, all right, so let's get the input. The input is coming from the previous, that is coming from the triple primes. So this is a triple prime, and we have this 4, comma, negative 1, okay, and then the arrow. Now, this will be fourth, okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, okay, and then we will have the computation, okay, from 4, negative 1, this will become negative 1, 4. We exchange, okay, so this is negative 1 and a 4, okay, but remember, you can see here a negative x. That means after exchange positions of the numbers, you have to reverse the sign. So this is positive 4 will become negative 4 there. Okay, that goes to your A and 4 primes. All right, all right. Prime, 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 prime. All right. Next, we have B, triple prime. This comes from the previous negative to 0 there. And then you have the arrow, and then you have B, and then 4 primes. Okay, exchange the numbers. You have 0 first and the negative 2, and then reverse the sign of the negative 2. Okay, that means this becomes now positive there. All right, now we come to the third and final point. Okay, let's have the C and then triple prime. The input here is negative 1, 4. And then we have C, 4 primes. All right. Swap the numbers. 4, negative 1. Reverse the sign of the negative 1. That will become positive there. Okay. All right. It's time to draw our final output. Okay. The final output. All right. Let's use the red. Okay. Let us use the red now. Red. Okay. All right. Our A and 4 primes. Okay. A prime, 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 prime. All right, that will be the last point. Negative 1, negative 4. That will be negative 1, negative 4. That should be the third quadrant there. And then 0, 2, that will be up here. Okay. And then 4, 1, that looks like the first quadrant. 4, 1 is this. Okay. And then we will just connect this. Okay, let me just adjust later. All right, let's do a little adjustment for the sides. And then this one. How about this? And how about the last? Okay, all right. That should be our final output. Okay, and that came from the pink when rotated 270 or 90 degrees clockwise. 270 degrees is 390 degrees going counterclockwise. Okay, that's the same as 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, so 270 degrees is equivalent to, that's a positive 270. That is 390 degrees counterclockwise. And that's equivalent to 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, so you can imagine the pink drawing rotated at negative 90, and that will give you the red figure. Okay, all right, so it's simply twisted about 90 degrees clockwise. So that's the final output of the composition. I hope you were able to learn from this example. Okay, you can just rewind and see it for another time so that you can verify the step-by-step solution. All right, let's have another example. All right, let's clear the board. Okay, let us try to get one more. Let's have the second. Okay, here's the second, and we shall try to get it from this printout. Okay, all right, let me copy and paste there, and then we go back to our screen. Okay, I hope we were able to copy that. This is the second number. Okay, here's the second number. Can make that darker. Okay, so this is actually translation first. Again, we proceed from right to left. Okay, so you can see here translation and then reflection about x-axis, reflection about y-axis, and then the fourth, we have another, we have the rotation about origin 90 degrees positive. Okay, again, this will proceed from right to left, translation, okay, 1 comma negative 6. Okay, that will be for the x and y, followed by the next to the left, that's reflection about the x-axis, and then followed by reflection about the y-axis, and then finally we have the rotation about the fixed point origin at positive 90. So that is counterclockwise. All right, the given points are 3 points. So again, we have a triangle here. So the point D is negative 1, 6. Point E is negative 4, 6. And point F is negative 6, 2. All right, so we shall begin with translation. Okay, so we shall begin with translation. All right, so we shall make another block here. We'll start with translation. Okay, the letter T there. So we can have the word or just the letter T. Okay, there stands for translation. So this is for translation. Okay, and the rule for translation, we have X, Y, and then we put the arrow. Okay, for translation, we're going to use the 1 and the negative 6. Okay, if you still remember, so that would mean X plus 1 Yes, x plus 1. We'll just use a small letter, x plus 1. Now, the negative 6 will be added to the y, and so that will become y minus 6. There. So here's the rule for the translation. Okay. And then we'll gather our input points. So we have d, so negative 1, 6. Okay. Negative 1, 6. And then this will become d prime for the first result. Okay. So the rule is add 1 to the x. So our x is negative 1. If we add 1, that's a 0. Next, we get the 6. Okay. Now, the rule is y minus 6, and that will be 6 minus 6. So again, that will be 0. Okay. There. And then we go to our next point, E. Our given point is negative 4, 6. There. And then the arrow, we have the E prime. Okay. We have here the rule x plus 1, and we're doing negative 4 plus 1. That gives negative 3. Next rule is y minus 6. Okay. Y minus 6. That means another 6 minus 6. And that's another 0. We're done with the E prime. The third point is F. That's negative 6, 2. Negative 6, 2. There. Okay. And the arrow. And we're doing the F prime now. All right. Rule is x plus 1. So negative 6 plus 1. Our x this time is negative 6. We add 1. That gives us negative 5. And then next rule is y minus 6. Our y this time is 2. So 2 minus 6, it's a negative 4. And we're done with the first transformation. This is translation. We shall try to have the image and the pre-image. Okay. All right. So what did we use a while ago? We actually started with black color. So we shall begin with 0, 0. Okay. Let's start with the given point. That's negative 1, 6. So that looks like over here. Negative 1, 6. Oh, this looks like red. Let's have the black. Negative 1, 6. There. Okay. Negative 1, 6. That's point D. Point E is negative 4, 6. Point E. Negative 4 and 6. That looks like negative 4 and up. Negative 4. Negative 4 and 6. Okay, there. Negative 4, 6. So negative 1, 6, negative 4, 6. And the other point is negative 6, 2. Okay, negative 6, 2. So where is this? Negative 6, 2. There. Okay. All right. So that looks like, yeah, a triangle. Negative 6, 2. Let me just review it. Negative 4, 6 and negative 1, 6. All right, let's connect. So this will be first side, second side, third side. There. Okay. So, all right. Negative 1, 6, negative 4, 6, and negative 6, 2. All right. Okay. All right. Let's have the output. Okay. Let's have the output of this using a different color. All right. Let's use a different color. Say we use blue. Okay. Let's use a blue here. Okay. All right. The D prime is 0, 0. The D prime is 0, 0. That's over there at the point of origin. There. Okay. 0, 0. E prime is negative 3, 0. E prime is negative 3, 0. There. Okay. I hope you can see the blue colored points. And then we have the F prime, negative 5, negative 4. That must be at the third quadrant. All right. That looks like over here. There. Okay, I hope you can see the tiny blue points. I'm about to connect them. All right, so let me just complete. Okay, I'm connecting the points to complete the figure there. Okay, so this is the result of the rigid transformation called translation. Okay, so it moved um, 1 unit to the right and 6 down. Okay, downwards. All right, that's the result. Okay, we shall proceed to the next. Remember this composition. The next one, we're done with the translation. Okay, so we're doing now the next. That's reflection. Okay, reflection. All right, let's proceed. So we shall do it over here. So this is now reflection. Okay, and this will be like this. Okay, let's have the rule for reflection. Now, this is about the x-axis. Okay, so that means the figure will be flipped about the x-axis, and the x values will not change. The x values will not change. So the rule is, from the given set of points, we have the arrow, the x remains x, like that. Okay, now the y values will change. Okay, it will have a reversal in signs. Okay, so this will become now negative y there. Okay, so this is the reflection rule. We shall get the inputs for this. The inputs for reflection are the outputs from the previous. So we're going to use the primes. Okay, all right, so d prime, e prime, and f prime. So we start with d prime. The input point is 0, 0 there. Okay, for the next e prime, all right, let's write it first. That's negative 3, 0, negative 3, 0, and then the third point f prime, that's negative 5, negative 4 there. Okay, let's go back to d prime, the arrow, and this is now d double prime. Okay, now the rule we have here, the x will not change. So we are doing the 0, 0. The 0 remains the same. And the y will have a negative y. That's negative 0. That won't change anything at all. So that will still remain 0, 0. All right, we proceed to e double prime. E double prime. Okay, x remains x. So that negative 3 from the negative 3, 0, that will remain negative 3. And of course, negative, okay, negative 0 will still be 0. So that will still be 0. Yeah. Next, we have f prime. This is now f double prime. Okay, the rule is the x will not change. This will remain negative 5. And we have that negative 4, that will be affected. Negative 4 will become positive 4. There. Okay, so we're done with our reflection transformation. We shall plot the output from this reflection. Okay, all right, we shall use another color. Okay, let's use another color. So shall we use green? Let's use green. Okay, let us use green. Okay, our point now will be at the 0, 0. Okay, that's a light green over there. Negative 3, 0. Okay, and then negative 5, positive 4. So negative 5, positive 4 looks like somewhere here. There. Okay, so we will just be connecting these 3 light green points. Let me use straight. There. There. And of course, over there. Okay. That's the result of the reflection. Okay, so we're done with reflection. We're now about to do the reflection about the y. Okay, all right, we're on the third. Remember, we're doing composition here. Next after rx is the ry. Okay, ry, we're doing now the ry. It's over there. All right, so we should go back to the dark colored text. All right, dark colored text. Change that to black. Okay, all right, we shall do it over here. We're doing now reflection. This will be about the y-axis. Reflection about y-axis. Okay. Okay. We shall have the rule first. Okay. How about the rule for this? Okay. How about the rule for reflection about the y-axis? When reflecting about the y-axis, only the x values will change and the y values will not. Okay. All right, so that means we're going to have negative x comma y there. Okay, so the y values will remain the same. All right, let's get the input. Let's get the input that will come from the output of the previous. All right, so we will now have d double prime. Okay, and that starts with 0, 0. And we will now have d triple prime there. Okay, let's put the input first. Double prime. Okay, let's get this from the previous negative 3, 0. And then we get the f double prime, that's negative 5, 4. Okay, now we shall continue with outputs from the reflection about the y-axis. Okay, 0, 0. Okay, that won't have any change. Negative 0 will still be 0. And of course, y won't have any change there. Next, we're now going to have the e triple prime. Okay, negative x, that means from negative 3, it is now a positive 3. And the 0 remains 0 for the y. And then next, we have the f triple prime. Okay, according to the rule, x becomes negative x. So negative 5, negative of negative 5 is a positive 5. And the 4, that remains 4. All right, there. Okay, we're now ready to do the output from the third process. Okay, this is a reflection about the y-axis. Okay, let's have another color. All right, before we draw this. Okay, let's change it to a different color. All right, let us use the pink once more. Okay, pink. Okay, this is the pink color. All right, we will have d triple prime of the origin again. And then 3, 0. And 5, 4. So 5, 4 is over here. Okay. And we shall connect this with straight sides. All right, there. And then here. And then finally, the closing side. Okay. A little adjustment there. Okay. That's our output from the reflection about the y-axis. All right. Okay, the final operation, all right. The final operation will be this. Let me get that. The final operation will be rotation. There. Rotation about the origin, positive 90 or 90 degrees counterclockwise. All right, so we're going to return to the dark text and then we shall use the text here. All right, let me change that. and then text there. Okay, so over here, okay, we're now doing the rotation. Okay, so what will be the rule for rotation? Let's have the rule for rotation. Okay, we're doing rotation here. Let's just put the R. Okay, stands for rotation. And the rule. How about the rule? Okay, the rule is we start from X, Y. Okay, we exchange the letters. Okay, so that will become YX. YX there. And then we're doing a positive 90. Okay, positive 90. That means the position for the X will have a negative. Okay, and that will be over here. There. Okay, that's the rule for rotation 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay, counterclockwise. Remember the rule, xy, that will become negative y comma x. Okay, all right, so let's get the input for this. The input for this will be the triple primes. Okay, so d prime 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 0 0. Okay, next we have the e triple prime 3 0. And we put the arrow, and then the third and final point f triple prime, and that will be 5 4 there. And we obtain this from the previous. Okay, previous output will be the input here. All right, we're now doing the d quadruple primes. All right, so d and then 4. All right, let's follow the rule. Interchanging the 0 0 will just be 0 0 again, so this will still be 0 0 there. And then we have the e quadruple primes. Okay, we exchange it. Okay, 3 0 becomes 0 3 there. And we're supposed to negate the x. Okay, the x position here, and negative 0 will still be 0. And then finally we have the f quadruple prime. Exchange the 5 4, that becomes 4 5. 4 comma 5, and there's supposed to be a negation there. Okay, so we will have to change the sign. Okay, over here, there. Okay, so that's it. All right, so we're going to have the output from here. Okay, what should be the output from here? Let's choose the red color. Let's choose the red. Okay, red color. Okay, 0 0 will still be at the point of origin. There, that's the red point. 0 3 is 3 units up. There. And then negative 4 5 is at the second quadrant. Negative 4 5. So that looks like here. There. And so we're going to connect this. All right. Let's use straight sides over there and over here. And finally, there. Okay. That will be the result of the last transformation. So that's positive 90 rotation of the pink. Okay. All right. So you were able to notice this. It went there. Okay. Let us use curve. Okay. This point went there, like that. This point went there. All right. And the origin, of course, remains at the origin position there. All right. So that goes to show you the 90 degrees counterclockwise. So let me remove the arrows, and that's it. The final output is the red colored triangle. So I hope you were able to learn composition transformation, which is combination of reflection, translation, and rotation. So I hope you were able to learn at least the process and use it in your Genwity activities under composition. And two examples, I hope, are enough. All right. So thanks for watching, and I hope you learn these examples. Bye-bye.